All right, what's up, guys? We are back for Clean Day Wednesday. I hope you guys enjoyed a beautiful day outside today. We got some house stuff done, and it was awesome. Shout out, thank you, Jason, much appreciated. So what we got today, guys, warm up. You are going to, for 2 minutes, you're just gonna skip rope. So if you have a jump rope, you're just gonna do some single unders. I encourage you, try and work in some crossovers, try and work in some alternating leg stuff. Just kind of have fun with it, get the juices flowing, try and jump consistently for the whole 2 minutes. If you don't have a jump rope, you're just gonna bunny hop in random directions for 2 minutes. So just bunny hop around the room, forward, backwards, side, literally just stay on the calves and kind of get the blood flowing for a full 2 minutes. After that, you're gonna do a 5-minute clock. You are going to do 5 3-second negative squats. So again, feet just outside the hips, toes turned out, screw the feet into the floor, and I'm gonna go 1 1000, 2 1000, 3 1000, stand up nice and fast, just to really kind of gently warm up those hips. Again, on the way down, focus on finding the weight in the midfoot, pressing the knees out to the side, and keeping the chest nice and tall as you descend down. After that, you're going to do 5 single leg deadlifts on each side. So again, I'm going to keep my back nice and flat, shoulders pinned, and I'm just going to hinge over, reaching that back leg back to the room behind me. And I'm going to try and do all 5 reps on one leg without losing my balance. And then I'm going to do all 5 reps on the other leg without losing my balance. After that, you're going to do 10 hip thrusts. So for the hip thrust, this is still just part of our warm-up, but feel free to add a light weight. So again, like, grab a backpack or something like that, toss it on your lap. And all we're looking for is upper back on a bench, chair, something like that. I'm gonna come down to about 90 degrees and then squeeze my butt nice and hard, try and get myself to a flat position at the top. And again, you can put a weight on your lap if you so choose, just to make that a little bit more challenging piece of your warm-up. So after a 5-minute clock for that, you are going to go into your strength work for the day, which is going to be a 10x1 clean. So ideally, this is a squat clean, and you're going to ascend in weight, and you don't start counting the singles until you get to a weight that feels challenging. So obviously, a lot of you guys don't have that. If you do have access to a barbell, you don't have access to a lot of weight options, and that's okay. But again, the goal here is 10x1 at a really challenging load. So working up from, if in a perfect world, if we were in the gym, you would start somewhere around maybe like 70%, and you would work up to, 90 plus, so 90% plus while you're doing this. So, you want to find that relatively heavy weight, about 70%, and then you want to make relatively small jumps over the course of 10 reps, leading up to 90% plus, depending on how things feel. So that's a perfect world. If you don't have a barbell, you can do this with a kettlebell, or you can do it with a dumbbell. You'll still do a squat clean. You'll still do a slow first pull, but you can up the reps a little bit. And let's say maybe you do something like 10 sets of 3 and 3. So you do 3 reps on one arm, 3 reps on the other arm, and you just focus on really kind of hitting the points of performance that for the clean that we'll talk about here now. So the other kicker for this clean singles, these clean singles, grammar, is you have a slow first pull. So what that means is that from the ground to about above the knee should take about a full second. And the reason that we're doing this is because a lot of people speed that first pull up too much, and you just rely on deadlifting the bar off the ground as fast as you can and hoping that it lands on your shoulders at some point. And that's not a great way to weight lift. So what we're going to do is, what I'm looking for is once I get into my start position, so again, just a quick review of the start, feet are going to be right underneath my hips, toes can be turned out a little bit, and I need to have my hands about a thumb's width away from my thigh. From there, I want to start from the top down. So I would get set, keep my chest and my eyes up. I would send my hips back until I get above the knee. And then I would press my knees out, keeping my chest relatively tall until I get down to the mid shin. So for today, this phase from here to here should take about 1 second. So 1 1000, speed. So again, the whole point is that I'm going slow enough that I'm really focusing on and forcing myself to rely on that violent hip extension at the top of the lift and not all that speed that I've gotten off the ground. So again, in weightlifting, it's called rate of force development. And that's basically what we're really trying to hone in on here, is just developing all of that force and all of that power at the exact moment of contact to the thigh. And that's kind of what we're chasing. So a couple other things that we want to focus on. Just some good old normal, clean mechanics to hammer in on. So what this is going to do is hopefully put that bar nice and close to my body. So if I have a slow first pull, that bar is going to be resting along my thigh here. From there, all I want to do is keep it close, and I want to have that bar in contact with my thigh when my chest comes up behind. So again, what I want to think about, slow first pull, chest up, and then I go into my extension. So I need to make sure that I get my chest nice and tall before I start to get into my violent finish. All right? So again, slow first pull, chest tall, and then I can get my, go into that again, full triple extension, squeeze your butt, elbows up, shoulders up, all that great stuff. Also for today, we're looking for a full squat clean. Again, the most important part of weightlifting is that you can not only extend your hips very quickly, but you can flex them so you can drop under the bar very quickly as well. So when you're going through these, again, pop your camera out, video, watch yourself a little bit. What I want to see is before I drop towards my squat, I need to get here. Only once I've gotten here can I drop down into that full squat position. So inefficient weightlifting is this. Where again, I, on paper may have done a squat clean, but it was not a very effective squat clean because I didn't get all that power out of my legs, out of my hips. So I didn't get that big drive, and I didn't get, it's not going to fly as I get into my heavier weights for today. So that's your strength work. Again, you can do all of that with a dumbbell or a kettlebell as well. So totally fine. For the workout, you've got 6 rounds. This is your partner day, so our quarantine day. Again, FaceTime a partner, drag in a family member, anything like that. So you're going to do 6 rounds, 24 double unders, 12 deadlifts, 12 front squats, and then 6 box jumps or tuck jumps. And then you will rest as long as it took you to complete a round, or you will alternate with a partner. So either one of those is going to work for today. The RX for this workout is 135-95 on the barbell. And ideally, a box jump that is really tall. So like 30 inches or 24 inches would be what you might see, if you were doing this workout in the gym. So a couple things to keep in mind. What we're really trying to do here, spike the heart rate on the jump rope. We're going to hammer through a set of double unders. After that, we're going to really blow up the legs, and then we're going to force you to violently extend your hips and jump under some serious leg fatigue. So again, this is going to be a day where you really want to be conscious and focused on your box jumps because you're going into them with a really fatigued lower body especially. So for the double under, if you don't have dubs, you can do 2-to-1 singles, so you can modify the reps up. 24 double under should be a pretty approachable number for a lot of you guys, so hopefully you can try and RX that and go for that after you're kind of just getting them. Other than that, you're going to do lateral hops over an object, so ideally over a barbell or a kettlebell. You'll just jump all the way over to the other side, and then jump over it again. Over and back is 2. So over is 1, back is 2, up to 24. After that, you've got your deadlifts. So for your deadlifts, again, a couple points of performance we're looking for. Most important thing is that my gaze should be about 6 feet out in front of me, so not too far away. What that's going to help do is neutralize my neck, and it's also going to help keep me in a good position when I'm in the bottom, because if I'm looking out in front of me here, that's going to help me keep my chest up a little bit. If I'm looking too far out in front of me, that might encourage me to drop down into a little bit more of a squat during my setup. I don't want that. So again, I want my gaze about 6 feet out in front of me, hips up nice and high, hamstrings loaded, back is flat. And then I'm just going to squeeze my butt to bring myself to full extension, come back down for my next rep, same thing. So 12 deadlifts after that. After your last deadlift, so take that back, after your 11th deadlift, I would drop the bar for a second, and then you will do deadlift number 12, and then you can do a hang clean of any kind. So in a perfect world, you're just gonna go into a nice jump shrug, drop down, that counts as front squat number 1, and then all I'm gonna do is focus on relaxing my hands, keeping my elbows up nice and high, and then keeping my hips between my heels during that squat so that my chest and my elbows can stay tall. Again, if I overreach my butt back during my squat, I'm gonna end up with a pitched chest, and I'm gonna end up with too much pressure on my wrists and not enough pressure kind of leaning right into my shoulders during that front squat. After that, you got 6 box jumps or tuck jumps. So for the tuck jump, that's gonna be a jump as high as possible, followed by a tuck of the legs. So this, but trying to get as much height as possible. Again, I'm not jumping. Or 6 jumps to a high object. So stack up some stuff around your house, you know, jump to a bench, jump to a chair, something like that. But again, obviously be careful, be safe, please. Don't jump to anything stupid or sketchy. We don't need to see you guys on any kind of weird videos later. After that, so that's your workout for the day. 6 rounds, resting 1-to-1, work rest, or with a partner going back and forth on your rounds. The accessory work is just a 30-second Superman hold followed by a 30-second hollow hold for 3 rounds. So for my hollow hold, again, it's always going to start with a good dead bug, because when I get into that dead bug position, that sets my spine for the positions that I want. Sit down. You're going to wait, okay? Wait. So what I'm going to do when I go to start my dead bug, again, I'm going to bring my knees up. I'm going to reach my hands past my heels, and this sets my midline up for success for the hollow hold. From there, if I'm still stable here, I can bring one leg out, and then I can bring both legs out, and I can add weight by putting a dog on my neck to try and keep my shoulders off the ground. But in a perfect world, again, I'm keeping my shoulders off the ground while I do that, and I'm keeping my lower butt off the ground while I do that as well. Once you're done with the 30-second hollow hold, we're going to go into a 30-second Superman hold. Okay, let me sit up. Thank you. So once I'm done with my hollow hold, I'm going to go into a Superman hold. For the Superman, again, this is going to be as hard as you make it. So what you want to try and do is keep the hands straight and out in front of me overhead, so the elbows are locked out. I want to press my big toes together, so I've got my legs together the entire time. Then I'm going to squeeze my entire posterior, so my back, my butt, hamstrings, everything, to bring me into an elevated position. And then from there, I'm going to take a deep breath into my belly so that I get a little bit more lift. And I'm going to hold that brace the entire time. So again, 3 rounds, 30-second Superman, 30-second hollow hold. After that, you're just going to do a 3-minute saddle. So again, our saddle pose is going to be sitting, on the tops of the feet, and then leaning back, stretching out the knees, ankles, quads, hip flexors, all the good stuff. So that's your training for Wednesday. Enjoy, and we will see you guys back tomorrow for our Thursday programming.